Alright, what's going on, guys? These are my instant reactions to the final preseason game of the season for the Packers. 1 week from today, the regular season opens against Chicago in the first NFL game of the year. I mean, man, I'm really excited for that game. Let me tell you, I'm gonna be like, that game's important to me. That game is really important to me, especially with how much the Bears fans have been talking this offseason. And, they won the division, so they have the right to some trash talk, but, they did lose a playoff game to the 6th seed on a double doink kick. So, anyway, about the football game tonight, though. Preseason game, 4th game of the year, usually probably I wouldn't say the most meaningless, because actually a lot of players are fighting for a roster spot, but really it's generally the least interesting preseason game, I should say, to me. But this one was actually pretty good. I saw the majority of it. Didn't see most of the third quarter, saw a portion of the fourth. But the first half, we had Boyle and Kaiser playing in both. I think Boyle had the first and Kaiser had the second and some of the third. But this is the most interesting part of the game to me tonight. But, I still don't know. I still don't know what they're going to do at the quarterback. Boyle didn't get a whole lot of attempts to shine in this game. It was more Kaiser who got the majority of the snaps in this game. Boyle finished 3 of 6 for 18 yards and a touchdown, I believe. And Kaiser was, I want to say 7 of 12. I can't remember if he threw a touchdown pass or not. But Kaiser did have 1 interception. If you go back and rewatch it, though, it really wasn't on him. Jamon Moore just not on the same page, completely stopped his route. So I'm not really going to hold that one against Kaiser. But really, I don't know who's the better one right now. I mean, if you want to go with the experience factor, then you're going to pick Kaiser, of course, because the guy has started 15 NFL regular season games in his career, even though he lost all 15. Of course, quarterback wins really aren't a statistic, but he still started almost an entire NFL season, and he's been in the league for a couple of years. But at the same time, I'd probably say Boyle was more impressive this preseason. It wasn't by a whole lot, but I think he still was clearly the more impressive player. But Kaiser, he made a lot of nice throws tonight. Honestly, if we're grading each one by the game, I'd say Kaiser won games 1 and 4, and Boyle won games 2 and 3. So really, I don't know what the Packers are going to do. They might keep 3 quarterbacks. They might, I honestly don't know. I'm not really sure I could see them cutting Kaiser. I mean, if Boyle wins the backup, I feel like they would probably keep 3 quarterbacks. But if Kaiser wins it, then I would expect Boyle to be cut, and maybe they'd get him on the practice squad. Who knows? But, that was the most interesting part of the game to me. Some other standout players, especially on defense, I really liked what I saw from Kingsley Keke. He's been really, really good this preseason. And also Ty Summers. I think Ty Summers cemented a roster spot for himself with that pick 6. The defense was pretty good tonight. The offense, Dexter Williams had a decent game. Trey Carson had a decent game, I think. J.K. Scott, he's gone under the radar for how good his preseason has been, but he is really, really looking good. The kicking competition, that's another interesting tidbit that a lot of people aren't really paying a whole lot of attention to, but Crosby missed an extra point tonight. So, I don't know if they're going to want to, I don't know if they're going to say that's going to mean anything or not, but, if tonight was like the deciding game, if it was like, okay, whoever kicks better tonight wins the job, then Crosby might be out. There we go. So, there are a lot of interesting things to take away from this game. And it's going to be interesting to see what the Packers do tomorrow. Honestly, I don't know who they're going to cut, who they're going to keep. They've got a lot of tough decisions to make, because I think there are a lot of guys on this team that did pretty well who probably aren't going to make the team. I'm also interested to see how many corners they keep if they keep 6 or 7. I wonder if... I'd assume Hallman will make it. Sullivan, I doubt. He'll probably be a practice squad guy. Ramsey, I was gonna watch. I didn't get to see enough of Ramsey tonight. I was gonna try and focus on him. Ramsey's a pass rusher. They cut Gilbert, and like pretty much, I feel like cutting Gilbert pretty much said, "All right, Ramsey, this is yours. You go and prove it that you can make the team here." So I didn't see. I actually didn't pay enough attention to see how good Ramsey did. But if you guys know, let me know in the comments. I actually legitimately want to know how good he did tonight because I'm not sure. But it'll be interesting to see if he makes the roster tomorrow. See how many pass rushers they keep. But yeah, I mean, roster cuts day. It's a tough day for a lot of NFL players tomorrow who. Their dream of making an NFL team is their dreams are dashed. So I will say this, if you guys are on social media or whatever, try to be compassionate towards players who might not make the team. Like, say, Jamon Moore. I don't expect Jamon Moore to make the team, but please don't go on his Twitter or his Instagram and start saying, haha, you suck or whatever, because it's a hard business, and these guys really, really work their butts off to try and make the team. And, Jamon Moore really didn't have a great preseason or much of a great training camp, but I mean, he's still a person. So I mean, try to be a little compassionate, try to not make comments like that. I know most of you guys don't do that, but if there's any chance that someone who is thinking about going and posting something like that to one of these players who might get cut, please don't. It's a bad look for you, and it definitely doesn't help anything, and it probably makes the player feel that much worse. So anyways, those are my takeaways from the preseason game. Like I said, I didn't get to see all of it. I got to see most of it. Leave a comment in the comment section down below, though, who do you think is going to be maybe a surprise cut tomorrow? Who do you think will be a surprise addition to the roster? And let me know your thoughts going into week 1 against the Bears next week. I'll probably have a game preview coming out early in the week, or my predictions for the game, so stay tuned for that. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time, and go Pack Go.